Too often, people look at the opportunity that they get from their website and don't pay enough attention to the opportunity that they are losing. I'm going to explain to you how opportunity gets lost from websites. So to start off, let's just assume that there are 100,000 people annually, prospects that are searching for what you do. Now, the first point of loss, attrition, I'm going to refer to it in this video, is from people not finding you in the search engines. If they don't find you in the search engines, then they're never going to find the website, and that's that. I've applied a 90% attrition at this point. The reality is that for many people, the amount of attrition is far higher than that. So our 100,000 annual prospects searching for what we do has immediately dropped down to 10,000. Big hike. The next step is that when they do find you in the search engines, if the descriptions in the search engines on Google for each page are not set up in the right way, not a little mini sales message encouraging somebody to visit the website, then people often will click on another website link that seems to be more relevant to them. So at this point, we apply another 80% attrition. That takes our 10,000 people down to 2,000. The next stage is that those who do click on a link and visit your website, when they find themselves on your website, if the website doesn't immediately communicate well to them, it doesn't connect with the situation that they're in, the messaging hasn't been appropriately written to really resonate with each of the website visitors, again, they're going to leave for the website. They're going to bounce away. 80% attrition applied here. The next step is that those that are on the website, if they can't find the answers that they're looking for quickly and efficiently, then they will leave again. So we've got another 40% attrition applied here. You see the numbers dropping from where we started at 100,000. We're now down to 240 already. The next point is that the problem is until people actually reach out via your website, they fill out a form, they phone you, you don't know who they are. And if there is no form of data capture on the website, then you lose 80% of those people. They may very well have been the right audience. They may have had a need. They may actually have interest in what you're doing, but it's just not today. No data captured. So now we're down to 48. Then the next step is that many people, they have a need, they are interested in what you do, but it's just not today that they're ready to buy it. And at this point, we've got a 90% attrition rate of people who are not yet ready to buy. It takes us down to 4. Then we take your conversion rate. And keep in mind that these are cold prospects, people you don't have a relationship with yet. So your conversion rate is likely far lower than your conversion rate would be if you had an established relationship with the lead that was coming from your website. So we apply 50% loss there. That's taking 100,000 people. We're now down to 2. Now, depending on what your average order value is, will depend on what those 2 converted prospects through to sales will be. For the sake of this presentation, I've applied a £200 average order value. So from 100,000 people searching for what you do, it's led to just 2 lots of £200. Not very impressive. So now let's look at how we can improve this. So if the SEO is improved and upgraded so that the site is found more often by more relevant prospect searching, we can reduce the attrition rate, as an example, from 90% to 60%. I've still kept a fairly high attrition rate in place because you're not going to attract every single person. There's lots of us that have plenty of competition out there online. But 40,000 coming through from the 100,000 is far better than 10,000. Then we actually look at improving the page descriptions, making sure that they're added to drive more visits through to the website. So we reduce the attrition rate from 80% to 60%. The next point is that we improve the load speed of the pages of your website. So they load much faster, the messaging is far more appropriate to the audience, and the appearance of the website is far, far more professional. So we've reduced the attrition rate from 80% to 60%. Then we make it really easy for your audience to find what's important to them. Better navigation, better content, better answers being provided. So we reduce the 40% attrition rate to 30%. Then we add in data capture, value exchange assets, downloadable top 6 tips on XYZ, things that will be of value to an audience that's trying to make a decision around buying or not. Something worthy of exchanging their contact details. So we reduce 80% attrition to 70%. Then we add in lots of strong call to actions, evidence, positive, successful case studies, evidence, customer experience, showing how good your product or service is. And we make sure that there's good follow-up introduced. So we reduce the 90% attrition to 80%. It's a 10% improvement right away now, but if they're followed up better, there's a further 10% improvement that could be made from following up and nurturing those people over a longer period of time. Then your conversion rate, we improve so that it's actually only 40% that we're losing, because the prospects are warmer. They've been better educated on the website in their experience, and they're in a better position to convert them when the sale comes through. So we've changed just 2 people to 161 people. And the differences here are not big differences. I'm not suggesting that we change 90% attrition rate to 0% attrition rate. I've made small improvements all the way through. In some cases, only 20% or 10% improvement. But if the average order value is £200, 161 of those equals 32,200. That's a big difference from the left-hand side. As you can see, these small little differences really add up. They really make a massive difference to the inquiries you're getting from your website. If you'd like to learn more about how you can avoid being on the left-hand side and how you can change your website to perform in the way that I've explained on the right-hand side, reach out and let us know. It will be our pleasure to teach you how you could do this on your website. Thank you for watching our video.